I recently caught up with a startup business in the security space. So security systems, security cameras, commercial installations and things like that. I've got quite a lot of experience in that space, quite a lot of my own websites, progressing through the ranks, getting leads, as well as several client campaigns in the last 5 years, probably about 200 grand spent on Google ads. Unlike this startup, the space that I'm very familiar with is the local installation space, where showing up on Google Maps, showing up in Google organic results, running a Google ad, running even a Facebook ad will get you leads. In this case, they would like to head down a direction of a wholesaler, which is like a sub-distributor. They want to supply other electrical businesses, other security installation companies instead of doing the jobs themselves. They, at the moment, I think from what I understand, they do offer installations, but they want to move across. Their advantage is that they can get things cheaper. Look, unless that's permanent and you can make sure that's permanent, which I think is impossible, that's like a little micro tactic to get some attention for the business. But I wouldn't rely on that to be your unique selling proposition where $5 to $10 cheaper. It's just not sustainable. That was my advice. Anyhow, if this was my business, this is how I would kick it off with minimum cost. There's a couple of ways to do this. There's minimum cost, and then there's go balls to the walls on marketing budgets and things like that. I would start off by putting together some baseline social media accounts, baseline website, which simply displays all of your products and services, list the prices, list the wholesaling rates. So if you're going to be speaking to other security system companies, you should have a landing page that suits that. So getting a website up and running that speaks to them. And this is tough, such a tough space, because when you're essentially going up against security camera manufacturers and security camera websites, the likes of ring.com, which is Amazon. You know, you've got, Arlo, you've got a whole bunch of others. They all have huge marketing campaigns. They are all advertising not only to the end user, the consumer, the homeowner, as well as the installers to wholesale and install the cameras. So what I would be doing in this case is I would be making a list of your providers, the brands that you service, the brands that you sell, and go and deconstruct their websites, go and deconstruct their marketing campaigns. By deconstruct, I just mean go and browse the words that they're using, the imagery that they're using, because all of the benefits that you will be attempting to sell are already listed on all of their home pages. They consider this, they have quite large marketing campaigns, especially the likes of Amazon, teams and teams that determine the pixel ratio of this button, right? So everything that's on their live website is going to be tried and tested. So if they're using a word or a phrase that best describes be safe in your own home, that kind of stuff, be inspired by these things, take note of these things, and look at the top 10 competitors. Was it Hikvision? I can't name them right now. I don't know if Mitsubishi make them or whatnot. Familiarize yourself with the kind of marketing asset that you need to build. And I would be going and starting to create some content around the space. So build a website that is essentially the average of the competitors, but don't copy competitors, but just build a website that sums up all of the benefits that all the big companies are pushing anyway. If you're going to run a Facebook ad in Bayside or Bondi in Sydney, you're going to be running something are you afraid to take the bins out? Are you afraid in your own home? You're afraid someone's going to, all of those little micro phrases. So that will help you create a foundational website with that kind of lingo. Start creating some social media content. You definitely get an Amazon account up, get an eBay account up, set up Facebook Marketplace, join local Facebook groups. I'm sure there are lots of Facebook groups about security and safety, and especially break-ins like Crime Watch. right? No better place to suggest your product to a suburb Crime Stoppers or a suburb plus crime watch group. Or with just number of break-ins are going up here. Here is what I had installed at my house. These 5 cameras, I found them at this website. They seem to be a lot cheaper. So you like self-promoting, or you can get influencers to promote you. You can send your cameras out to, call them influencers, call them tradie reviewers or whatnot. Someone that's capable of recording a reel or a video of installing a camera, send them the camera for free in exchange for a testimonial, a review of the camera going up. Something along the lines. Give it to them at a discounted rate. So at the end of the day, this is all a marketing cost. You're at ground zero, meaning the return on investment on your marketing dollar will be quite low at the moment. So it's a no-brainer to spend some money and build a baseline website that displays your services, that has all the words that all the big companies are using to talk about the benefits of their services. Deck out your social media accounts, your TikToks, your YouTubes, get some video content going. A lot of that content can just be inspired from the big companies, Ring.com, Amazon.com. Have a look at the kind of videos that they're putting out. Go and make like an unboxing guide of what's in this box of this camera, how to install Ring, how to install Arlo. So make these little guides on how you install this high-key vision camera, what you can express in the box and things like that. So everything that you do here from ground zero will have some sort of an effect. It's just how long will that video take to marinate and get some views. But that would be my approach. A sensible thing is you can also run a Google ad, but a Google ad will be targeting installation type key terms. So that was my advice. Guys, I can definitely help you get local leads in your areas, but it sounds like you want to be a national company selling to other security companies, and at this stage their only sales that they had made were just from hustling through Facebook Marketplace, which is great. But when I asked them about what's your unique selling proposition, it was like, oh, we can get our cameras $5-10 cheaper than the competitors. Use that as an advantage to build an early brand, register a Google review, register a Google listing and get Google reviews from family and friends. Start the things that will always make a difference, that are a no-brainer to do. Google business listing, social media profiles, a basic website. In this case, I recommended they go and build a website with Wix or Weebly or Squarespace. I never use those platforms, and I generally recommend people don't build on those platforms. But in this case, these guys are just starting up and low cost. So Wix can get a templated website up pretty quickly. But in this case, I suggested that they do that. So just to add to that, people buy from people. So if possible, double down on the people skills. Even though the products are all the same, it's the same high-key vision or Ring camera. If you have access to all of these security cameras and systems, make some sort of a review video where you help someone decide which high-key vision camera to choose, and be the person that sells the camera as well. So help people choose the cameras that you offer across them. So if I was selling laptops, for example, and someone came in they wanted a fast office laptop that is light, I would show all of the laptops that I have that are fast, light, have long battery life, have SSDs, the various price points, and I would elaborate which one I would choose in which conditions. The same with this. This makes for great social media content. This makes you more trustworthy, high authority on this topic, and that trust will lead to sales. These are essentially free things that every business could be doing to get some early eyeballs on the brand. Is to talk about the thing that you are a specialist on. Talk about the thing that you've got a lot of knowledge to give with minimum use of your time or energy. It's like me making these videos while I'm riding my bike. because I've spent 30,000 hours on these things, and I can comfortably keep talking about it without any bloopers.